Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show with me, Kavita Thapliyal. So in today's day and age, it is important that you do not make your kids financially dependent on you. You should inculcate the importance of financial independence from an early age. So let's welcome on board Mrin Agrawal, founder and director of FinSafe, and take the discussion forward. Mrin, good evening and welcome to the show. Although it's perfectly fine for parents to think that they want to plan the financial future for their kids, but then a lot of time what happens due to this kind of mindset is that your kids tend to depend on their parents for all the kind of financial support, even when they are working, when they are earning, where they can be financially independent. The lesson that parents could understand from this kind of habit is that you need to really inculcate the right kind of financial habits from childhood, which is a lot about your upbringing, the way you raised your kids. How do you take a step ahead in this direction? For example, if someone has kids like you yourself also, you mentioned last time on the show that you have two teens. So how do you ensure that in the long run your kids do not become financially dependent on you?
So good evening, Kavita, and it's lovely to be here today. Well, I think a lot of this, honestly happens through two ways. One is through our actions, and second is talking about it. Unfortunately, I think both of these things we are not doing these days as parents. So if you see, typically one doesn't really talk about money matters at home, and whatever the financial difficulties the parents are going through, they will still ensure that they are paying for the child's education, but apart from that they're also paying for all sorts of expensive courses and tuition and stuff like that. And parents are also taking loans or mortgaging their property to ensure that children get the best quality of education, and rightly so. But the point being that somewhere I think these conversations should also include the children, because the children need to be aware as well of the difficulties that the parents are going through, and in order to also value the amounts that are being spent. I do see sometimes that that children take it for granted that we will go to, let's say, abroad, or let's say an expensive education, right? So I think this is really important. The second thing is also in terms of when children are small, right? So obviously you can't talk to them about money matters at that point, but you constantly need to show through your actions about the value of money. And a good start would be to say no for a couple of things, because again, we do tend to give in to the demands of small children and buy them whatever they want. But I think at every phase of the child's life, we need to tell them no for certain things, or very openly say that this is not really worth it and stuff like that. And maybe like if you're going shopping for clothes, right, it's important to tell them to look at the price tags and see what is the cost of the item that they are buying, so that they don't just think that there's one ATM out there.
Okay, I think there's some technical glitch out there, and we will be back with Mrin. Okay, so I think we've got her back. Mrin, you can
Yeah.
continue if you can hear me. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I was just saying that I think, we need to show through our actions. And another very important aspect that's there right now is really peer pressure, right? And so there's peer pressure in all aspects, right from when the child is a toddler, to send the child to expensive play school, and then followed by an expensive international school, and then followed by further expensive higher education. So there's a lot of peer pressure, not only in lifestyle, but also in these sort of matters as well. And then it's about the sort of co-curricular classes that you're putting the child through as well. So somewhere, I think both parents and children are falling a lot to this peer pressure. And this is another reason,
Stages, at least in the initial stages of the childhood, I think it's the parents' aspiration where you really need to put a full stop and just practically think about what you are doing with your money, and also what kind of habits or what kind of money habits, are you teaching your kids. But then having said that, do you think, a very nice way to help your kids understand money, or the concept of investment, or even expenses, is to have them, started working at an early age? In India, we know a lot of parents don't prefer that. We really put more trust on the kids getting the right kind of education, and a lot of parents now want their kids to go abroad and study. Where if their work is fine, okay. I mean, for some reason, parents living over here would find it very cool if their kids are studying as well as doing a part-time job. Okay, they are making money or they're earning in dollars. That's how they will put it out over here. But then working over here and studying is only when you are into a financial crisis and you want to support your family. जल्दी उम्र से काम करना शुरू कर दिया, छोटी उम्र से काम करना शुरू कर दिया, is what they say. So, do you think this can be a part of your money lesson to your kid?
Oh, absolutely. And there are websites where, for example, teenagers, like kids who are in high school, can look for internships. Of course, they're not going to be like highly paying, but I think this is a very, very good way to build responsibility. So, you can teach children, for example, underprivileged children. There are many such opportunities that are actually available for high school kids. And I think it's a really good thing when at least you're in 10th standard and above, to basically look at, focusing some time on these aspects of life as well. And the earnings that you have, again, it's a great way, because when the child starts earning and, you then tell them to spend some of their money and then talk about investing, I think that's a great way to initiate them into this whole process of money management.
All right, last question to you, and then we wrap up this discussion, Mrin, where now having said that, parents a lot of time invest on behalf of their kids, okay? How do you teach your kids, or how do you tell them that this is how we are planning your education? Because come on, you've got to be as transparent as you can with your kids. You need to tell them what goes and how much goes into getting their education done, or the kind of expenses the kids demand. So teaching them to invest, can they do it by the way, by informing them as to what investment is going on for their future? How can one do this?
I think they can talk to them and impress about the costs associated, and the whole aspect of inflation. And I think that's a very good start for them to then understand about inflation and how costs basically go up. And briefly talk about maybe some of the investments that they have done. But yes, I think a good way to start would be a comparison of costs itself, and the whole aspect of how much these costs are going to grow over a period of time.
I think that will be all for the topic today. Thank you so much for helping our viewers plan better money habits for their kids. Thank you so much for being on the show.